Hello, everybody. Welcome to How to University. And today, I want to show you guys how to write your Kindle book. All right. There's been some questions on Facebook that I've been coming across, and some independent authors wanted to know if anybody knew how to format a Kindle book. And there's been a lot of comments in the comment sections, responding to this particular independent author, and they're coming up. I'm noticing that they've been saying things like download epub and then download this and then go over here and do that. And then you got to do this. So they have all these different things to do. And then some people were offering their services to format this. There was a lady who wanted to know if someone could format her Kindle book. So what I wanted to do is show you guys how to do this on your own if you decide that's what you want to do, or if you want to hire somebody to do the services for you. I'm showing you how to do it, so why not hire me? All right. So to get things started, first of all you need is one thing. And instead of having to download this and download that and download, there was also mention about Microsoft Word and doing it there. Well, there's a much easier way, and it's just one place you need to go, and that's Google Docs. All right. And so what you guys are watching right now is I opened up the Google Docs. If you guys don't have Google Docs, get you a Gmail account, and then you'll be able to pull up all the available apps. Let me see if I can pull these apps up right quick. See all these apps right here? You got the YouTube, the Google Play, you got the news, you got the search, the maps, the Google Drive, the translator, Google Plus, the calendar, the photos, you got the Google Docs, the Hangouts, so on and so forth. All right. So once you get a Gmail account, you just go research how to get a Gmail account. I'm not going to go too much into that. I'm going to get right into the actual how to format your Kindle book. And to be honest with you, you're not doing much to actually format it. You're just doing a few little steps, and it's kind of doing it automatically for you. All right. So again, we're going to get started with this Google Docs, and I'm going to show you guys the steps on how to format your Kindle book. And there's a couple of other little surprises I'm going to show you as well, for those who don't know, those who are not aware of it. Okay. So again, let's get started. And I'm going to start with a blank document page. And you see here on the screen is the plus sign here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and we're going to get started. All right. And so once you click on that, it'll bring you to this page here, and it'll bring you, as you see here, the cursors is blinking, and there you go. Boom, we're ready to go. So if you look up here up top, on the top left, it says untitled document. You can always create your own title, or you can leave it blank, however you want to do it. It's no problem. I'm just going to title it how to format Kindle book. All right, so that's what I'm going to name this particular document. I'm going to delete it later, and as soon as you type something in, it automatically saves. And so that's what's so cool about the Google Docs, is that once you start doing things, it's going to automatically save. And that's why I was saying it's real easy as far as formatting goes, because once you start doing certain things, it'll automatically do it for you. All right, so let's begin. And I'm just going to show you how I do my books, my Kindle books, and we just kind of go from there. So normally when you get a Kindle book and you buy it, it downloads to your Kindle, and then you open it up, it's normally like a little title page there. And so this is what you guys can do. First of all, let me well, for this page I won't do it. On the next page I will. But What you guys can do is up to you how you want to do it. You can write out the title. So again, I'm just going to write this title out. How to format Kindle book, right? And I'm going to center that. And of course, you can change the font size and then the font style. But most people might start their book like that. But with me, I actually design my title pages with Canva. Now, I used to do all my Kindle books using Canva and then downloading the finished product as a PDF. But once I found out and learned about this, then the book I created first. Let me pull this thing up here. I'm gonna insert a picture for my title. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Image, yes. Upload from computer. So I've written several books using Canva, but like I said, once I found out about this is this book here, as you see on this page. Let me resize it a little bit to fit the page. Resize. Boom. And then let me see, inline wrap, text break. Let me center this real quick. All right, so this is what, actually this is on Kindle now. So when I found out about Google Docs, I actually wrote this book that you're looking at on the screen right now. And I made this book into a Kindle book. And I'm telling you, when you finish whatever book you write with Google Docs and you do the things I'm going to show you here real shortly, it's going to look real clean. It's going to look professional from page to page. All right. Now, when I use Canva and I downloaded the PDFs, the Kindle page, the KDP, will tell you that if you upload it in PDF, the quality will probably not be as great. And when I looked at my books, even though I put them up, and I'm going to redo all my books that's on Amazon using this format here, using Google Docs instead. So I'm going to redo all of them. This one is done here. And in case you guys want to learn about how to do your how to start your podcast, get this book, how to start a podcast real easy. All right. And by me. All right. You see the author down at the bottom, that's me. All right. And so let me go back. Like I said, I've been using Canva for several of my other books, and the quality of them hasn't come out the way I wanted to. And I had to do a lot of rearranging things and fixing things. And that took up time. So doing it like this, I guarantee you guys, you're going to get a better finished product. Okay. So, like I said, when I do my title pages, if you download one of my Kindle books, and the first page you come to, you're going to see this. So this is going to be, I still use Canva, but I use Canva to do more creating the designs and the book covers or logos or whatever else there needs to be. I need to make YouTube thumbnails for my YouTube videos. I'll use Canva to design those, but now to write my books, this is where it's at, Google Docs. All right. And so I created this design for my Kindle book here. As you see, once again, how to start a podcast real easy. I designed this using Canva. All right. And then I started finishing the book using Google Docs. So now this is like the first page. So now you want a page. Normally, like the second page would be like the copyright page. So what I would do is, you've seen this cursor down here, right? I'm going to leave that cursor flashing like it is. And I'm going to go over here to insert. And I'm going to insert what is called a page break. All right. So when you look at the book and you flip from page to page, it won't look like this title page is stuck next to the copyright page, and then the table of contents. It look like they kind of stuck on top of each other, and it'll look horrible on the Kindle book. So now doing it like this, it'll be nice and clean. Each page has its own bits of information. So I'm going to go ahead up top here and hit insert, and I'm going to go down to break, and it's going to say page break. Now, there's two ways of doing this page break. You can do it by what I just did, insert, scroll down, or go down to break, click on page break, and if you look right next to it, it says control plus enter. So you can hit those two keys as well. You wouldn't even have to go on to insert. You can just hit those two keys and it'll automatically do a page break. So you can do either one. So right now I'm going to go ahead and click that page break and it automatically breaks to the next page. And I'm just going to write the word copyright just to give you guys an example. All right. And I'm going to put 2019 and then that's my page for that. So now instead of me, I'm going to do another page break from here. So instead of doing the insert and then going down to break, I'm just going to do what it said earlier where it said control and enter. So I'm going to hit those at the same time to break to another new page. All right. All right. And there you go. Let me make sure I didn't do two pages. All right. There you go. So now it's a brand new page. So now this page, I'm going to do a table of contents. All right. And then this is where the magic starts, where I want to show you guys how to do a clickable table of contents. So when you purchase my books, you'll be able to go to the table of contents and you might see a particular chapter, the name of the chapter that you like, and you just go ahead and click on that particular chapter and it'll bring you right to that chapter in the Kindle book. All right. So this is how it goes. Now, first I'm gonna put table of contents. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna highlight it and go ahead up here and hit I'm gonna use a different font style. I'm gonna go to Times New Roman. All right. And then I'm also going to put this up to 15 as far as the font size. All right. And do it like so. All right. So now you got the table of contents. And of course you want to add chapters. So this is how you do it. What I want to do is just leave a couple of spaces from table of contents. One, and I want to go two. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do where this cursor is, instead of having it in the center, I want it on the left because that's what I want my table of contents to be, everything to be on the left side. All right. So I'm going to put that, change that to the left, and there you go. Now, this is what you do next. You want to go to insert again, and then you want to go all the way down to the bottom where it says table of contents. Now, when you got table of contents, it's going to give you two choices. All right. The first choice will say with page numbers, and then your next choice will say with blue links. Now, the one that says blue links is what you want to click on because that's going to be where you can click on, or your customer or your book person who buys your Kindle book can click on that particular link or that particular blue link, and it's going to bring them right to that chapter. And you can actually do this with chapters and sub chapters, or you might have a chapter in there and then you might have different subtopics that you want to talk about. You can even make those subtopics part of that table of contents as well. All right. So again, I'm going to click on with blue links, and this is what's going to pop up on the screen. All right. You guys see that right there. So now what I'm going to do, so I'm not going to type anything in yet as far as table of contents, but I'm going to show you how this is going to work. Now I'm just going to click kind of out of, you see that it's inside this rectangular box. I'm going to kind of click out of that particular area, and then I'm going to go ahead and do my page break to start a new page. And there we go. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to center that and just write in chapter 1 for right now. All right. So I'm going to write in chapter on caps. You can do it whatever size you want. I'm just doing this so you guys can see how this works. Now you see chapter 1. And so now what I'm going to do, and this is where you start building the links for your table of contents. So let's say that's the chapter, and then right under it, I'm going to start typing my book, right? So before I do that, I'm going to highlight this chapter 1, right? And then I'm going to go back up here to the top, but instead of hitting insert, I'm going to now go over here where it says normal text, and I'm going to hit that arrow, and what's going to come down is all of these little things here. All right. So you got heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, then options. What I'm going to do for this chapter 1 is hit heading 1. All right. And I'm going to show you what happens shortly when you do that. So I'm going to hit heading 1. And of course, it made the chapter name bigger a little bit. And you don't have to name yours chapter 1. You can name it whatever you want. If it's the actual name of the chapter, you can actually title it out like how to format this book. That can be the name of the chapter. I just wrote chapter 1 to make it simple and easy. Okay. So now when you do that, what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to type out some stuff here. And I'm going to show you why I'm going to do that. I'm just going to randomly type some letters as if I'm writing my book now. Because I'm going to show you something else here in a moment. Just imagine this is actually some words you can read, but I'm just, for the sake of showing you guys an example, just showing you how this works, okay? Let's say that's the end of this particular chapter. I finished writing my first chapter. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my page break again. I'm going to use the Control-Enter way of doing it and go to the next page. So this is going to be my next chapter. So again, I'm going to go ahead and center this. And then I'm going to write chapter 2. All right. And I'm going to do the same process. Highlight this chapter 2. And then go up here to the normal text, the style, and scroll, hit the arrow and hit heading 1. Every time you start a new chapter title, hit that heading 1. Now, I'm going to do a little bit more typing real quick as if this is like chapter 2 now. I'm writing my chapter. All right. Let's just imagine that's my next chapter, the chapter of the book. All right, let's just say that's the end of that chapter. So what I'm gonna, let's say you write your whole book that way, write everything you need to write, and then once you finish everything you need, you can go back up to your table of contents page, right? And there you go. And what I'm gonna do is just put this cursor on the letters here, and click in here somewhere, and then this is what you get, this little circle arrow, which when you put your cursor over it, it says update table of contents. So I'm going to click on that. And once I click on that, you should actually see this chapter 1 and you will see the chapter 2. You won't see the words under it because I put those in headings 1, right? The chapter 1 and chapter 2, when I showed you earlier, I put it in heading 1. So anytime you do that, you put your chapters and name it under heading 1. Then what happens is that your chapters are going to come out as clickable links. So watch when I click on this. See that? Automatically, you see chapter 1 and then chapter 2. So if you were to buy my book, you'll see this here on the actual Kindle book. And what will happen is you can click on any title and it'll bring you right to that any chapter, and it'll bring you right to that page, that chapter. Now, like I said earlier, you can do like sub titles and watch. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and do one for chapter 2. Let's say I did that and then I wanted to do like a subheading or something. I'm going to center this subheading real quick. I'm going to show you how to do that. Or like you can do like different parts of that particular chapter 2. So let's say I name this. I'll just put this is a sub heading of chapter 2. All right. And now what I do is the same process I did with the actual chapter. I'm going to highlight that, but instead of doing I'll show you in a second. I'm going to highlight this, right? Now go back up to normal text. I'm going to click on that arrow to get the drop down. And instead of doing heading 1, I'm going to go ahead and do heading 2. All right. For the little subs. And so now I'm gonna go back up to the top of the chapter, to the table of contents, and you should be able, once I click on that little circle arrow, this this is a subheading of chapter 2 should show up in the table of contents as well. All right. Let's try that right now. I'm just going to go ahead and click next to chapter 2 to pull up this little arrow here, which is to update the table of contents. I'm going to hit that, and there you go. So now you see there's a subheading of chapter 2. So that's real cool. You can do that for your books and make it like really easy if you put little subtitles in the chapters, and then people can go to each chapter and say, oh, I want to read about this subtitle or read this particular topic. I want to know more about that. Let me click on that. And they'll be able to click on that in your book. So that's real cool. That's a cool thing about it. Now, let's just say I'm done with my book. I got all the chapters down. And now I want to go ahead and get this thing finalized so I can be able to upload it to my Kindle. To when you go to KDP to start the process of uploading your Kindle book to Amazon. So now let's say, like I said, this is all finished. And what I want to do now is go up here to file, right? And I'm gonna go down to where it says download as. And then when you see that, you get all these choices here. Now, this is what I was talking about earlier, how some people on Facebook I guess they was doing the best they knew. I guess how they actually would do that. And there's one more thing I got to show you guys. Matter of fact, there's one more thing, but let me go to this. Some people were saying that you need to download epub or download Microsoft Word and format it from there. But here's the cool thing about using Google Docs, because you got choices. You got Microsoft Word, Open Document, Rich Text, PDF, Plain Text, Web Page, and epub. And I hear a lot of people say they do their book in epub or Microsoft Word. So what I've done for this book that I made with with the Google Docs, I clicked on Microsoft Word. And so what will happen is it will download, or like I think it downloads to your desktop, but it also, it saves your book as a document. So when you want to go back into Google Docs, you can click right on it and get right back to your book. All right. So that's the cool thing about this, is that you don't have to download this and download that and download EPUB and get Microsoft Word and PDF. Everything is here, right here for you in this one file, in this one document, and you just pick which one. My recommendation, because I haven't tried EPUB and haven't had the book put in EPUB on Amazon Kindle. I've used Microsoft Word. And like I said, it lets you see an example of what your book would look like. And when I was looking at it, it looked way better from the books I wrote using Canva. Everything was organized and from page to page, nothing was crammed into each other. See, some of my other books, the title and the copyright page was like crammed together, and like it was mixed in kind of weird. And then like I have a cookbook that I made. Some of the ingredients to the cookbook was kind of smashed in with the table of contents, I think, or with the copyright. So it was all messed up. That's why I said I got to redo those books and do it using Google Docs. But when I did this particular book, How to Start a Podcast Real Easy, clean, everything was separated neatly like it should be. And each table of contents page was just its own page. And then the chapters were just like they supposed to be. So this is what I recommend. I recommend you guys click on Microsoft Word. I haven't tried EPUB. EPUB probably works just as great, and probably these other formats probably work just as great as well. I don't even fool with the PDF no more, even though they give you a choice to do PDF. And maybe it'll come out just as great now because the way that Google Docs has it set up. So I would click on that. And if I'm not mistaken, because it's been a while since I wrote some books, I'm probably going to write some soon. But I think it downloads your finished product to your desktop, and of course it automatically saves anything you do. So whenever I need to go back, if I need to revise the book or add some more stuff, I could just click on it. Everything is saved on the cloud of Google. All right, Google Drive, Google Docs, stuff like that. And so that's how that works. All right. So now let me show you one more thing in regards to when you're writing your book. Excuse me. So let's say the words here, you see all these words. Let's just say it's words to a book. I know it's not actually words, but it's just letters to kind of give you an idea. And this also was made when I click on this and then I uploaded it to Amazon Kindle. It made the books look, the chapters and the words look all lined up and clean. Now you can leave it like this, like it's centered, but here's a tip on this. I'm gonna put the cursor at the end of this sentence or this chat or this paragraph, right? And I'm gonna go up here, and you got those choices where you can put it to the left, to the center, or to the right. Now there's one more at the end that says justify. Now I want you guys to look at the screen when I hit the justify and watch what the some of the letters do and the words, the fake words, does when I click on justify. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. You see how they moved over and lined themselves up neatly. So you look on the right side and you see all of these letters here lined up right on top of each other neatly. And then of course the right side is going to be the same way, lined up, right? So that's another tip I suggest you guys use is once you finish your book, or you can do it from chapter to chapter. Once you finish it, click at the end of the last word in that chapter and then go up here and click on justify, and it will line everything up, and your whole entire book will all be lined up just like that all the way down. So it won't look like some of the things are kind of more to the left or to the right. It's going to be all lined up and centered, and it's better than using the actual center up here, right, when it says center, because you might have some words that don't line up on both sides. And so to make it really clean, you want to hit that justify. All right. So that's how that works. And so basically, that's all you need, man. As you guys can see, as me explaining, you didn't see me do a whole bunch of formatting and having to do this and set up these numbers and type in the numbers to format it correctly. Trust me, when you do it like this, it's going to come out perfect. All right. So I recommend you guys use Google Docs from here on out, unless I find something else later on that's even better and easier. From what I know, how people have been doing their books, and from the way I've been doing mine in the past, this is an easier way. And like I said, it pretty much is once you do a few clicks here and there, it already does things for you and saves it. Now, there was one thing which doesn't have necessarily anything to do with the book, but in this area here, right, there's a way, I forget which one of these. I don't know if it's insert or it might even be view. Hold on, let me see here. It might be view. There you go. Show the document outline. So you hit on view, and I'm going to click on document outline and watch what happens on the left side of the screen here. See that? You can actually, while you're writing your books, you can actually click on, like, say, I want to finish up this subtitle. I click on that, and it brings me right to it, and I can start typing finish my book up. So that's another cool feature about Google Docs, is that you can pull up your outline of your book and then finish where you left off at. If you're not going to do everything all in one night or one day, you can finish where you left off just by hitting view, right? And again, going down to show document outline, and then it'll pull that outline up right here on the side, and then you can just click on whichever one. Chapter 1, click on table of contents, click on chapter 2, it'll bring you right there. Click on the subheading, they'll bring you right there. Everything's there for you, man. So I hope this helped you guys out. Hope you learned something from this. And if, in case, you still find it, it's a new thing you're learning and you need a little help, you can always email me. And I'm going to put my email address up here right under this stuff here. Put it in the center. All right. One way to contact me is through email. And of course, this is the email address. All right. Also, you can go to Facebook and go to How to University on Facebook, right? And you can message me there if you need some additional help or information. You might have forgot a step or whatever. Or you can go on Instagram, and here's my Instagram page. All right. So be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. All right. You can always pull this video. You can always replay this video back and just follow the steps and do it that way. If you don't want to ask me, you can also email me, or you can DM me on Instagram, how to university, how_to_university, or on Facebook at how to university. All right. So pretty much that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope this has helped you writers out a whole lot. A much more easier way. I like this better. Again, like I said, I can't say it enough. Canva used to be my go-to tool to use to write Kindle books, but now my number one tool is Google Docs. I use Canva now just to design the artwork of anything I do. Logos, book covers, YouTube thumbnail pictures, whatever it might be. I go to Canva for designing everything, but to write my books now, my number one tool is Google Docs. All right. So once again, on behalf of How to University, I am your lead instructor, Damani Norwood, and I appreciate you guys checking out this video. Hope you learned something. Leave a comment somewhere and let me know if this has been a benefit to you, this helped you out. All right. I'm out. Peace.